Hi everyone, so I am here today to do an update on my Pan That palette. And if you remember last time, I was talking about how for 2016 I'm going to be finishing up my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and I'm also going to be panning my Laura Mercier Artist palette and Steal It in the Light palette. So it sounds like I have a lot of different things going on, but there's good progress on 2 out of the 3, so I kind of feel like it's kind of manageable somewhat. So let's talk about Naked 2. That's the one that I've really made my top priority and the one I've been working on the longest. So a lot of empty pans, and then we have 3 shades left. I am not focusing on blackout at all. I am not making myself use that. I just don't care for it. So last time I had a lot more YDK up in the top as well as down towards the bottom. I have finished up the top and I am working on the bottom there. You can see it's pretty low. I think I might have about 2 weeks left of it, maybe 3, just depending how much I end up using every day. But I've been wearing YDK every single day on my lid. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. I did make a little bit of progress on Verve, just on that upper corner up there, not a ton of progress, but I don't really like how Verve looks with YDK, so I've just kind of been holding off on that. Once YDK is done, I will move on to Verve and Pistol. I did do a look that I had Verve on the inner half of my eye and Pistol on the outer half, and I liked how that looked. So I'm probably going to do that look until Verve is done. And then I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do with Pistol. Pistol on me looks weird. It just looks really weird all by itself on the lid. So I think I'm going to have to layer or mix or become a little bit more creative with it. I do have a couple ideas that I want to try out, but I haven't been able to do them on my eye yet, so I want to practice them on the eye before I kind of say, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing with Pistol. So I'm going to keep on working on my Naked 2. I did say in another video that my Naked 2 would be leaving me at the end of January one way or another. I have since reconsidered. I'm so close. I'm just going to push through. So I'm just going to keep going on that until everything except for blackout is done. So that's just going to continue to be a work in progress until it's done, which hopefully won't be too long. I mean, it's going to take me at least 3 months, but that's fine. The rest of my eyeshadows aren't going to go anywhere. The next item that I have is my Steal It in the Light palette. So I did have it depotted and I put it in this little Z palette. This shade is actually a Wet n Wild shade that's in another project pan, so you can just ignore that. But I did want to show you that I made progress on Bliss, which I've been using as a transition shade with YDK. And as you can see, there's still quite a bit of shadow in there. I hold my crease brushes like perpendicular to the pan so that way the color gets right on the tips of the crease brushes, because I have slightly hooded eyes a little bit, so it kind of helps me with that. That's why it looks like I just kind of drill holes down into my eyeshadow pans. Other people put on eyeshadow differently and that's totally fine, but I'm just letting you know that's why my pans sometimes look that way. I did use Kitten a little bit, but I haven't made a lot of progress on that. I've been mixing Sunset and Sandstone, I think, in my outer V. So I've been working on those, and I've been mixing the Wet n Wild, and I think this is called Bear, from the In the Light palette. I've been mixing those for my highlight color. The Bear is a little yellow on its own for me, still workable, but the Wet n Wild helps to sort of cool tone it a little bit, and it helps it mesh with YDK a little bit better. And I'm working on that Wet n Wild in another project pan type project, you know what I mean. So I've been working on Bear, but you really can't see much of a dip anyway. So that's my Steal It in the Light palette. I'll try to keep everything in place in here. The Wet n Wild shade obviously will come out at some point, but I'll try to keep everything else in the same spot in here. So those two are the two that I've made real progress on. I'll show you my Laura Mercier palette. I haven't made much progress on that. It looks like I made a lot of progress in Coeur Royale, but I didn't. The pan was really thin and I just happened to use it a couple times. So I still have quite a bit of pan in Vanilla Nuts, which is a nice highlight shade. I was using Fresco and Truffle as a bronzer. Once I'm done with the bronzer that's in my Project 10 pan, I will go back to using these two mixed together as a bronzer. And once I'm done with the Love to Project pan project, I will go back to using Guava as a blush. This palette also has a lot of really beautiful shades for spring, I think. So I think that I will be getting a lot of use out of this maybe later in the year. So I'm going to continue to work on that and mix things together, try and pull these palettes together and use as many different colors as I can every day. For me, I found that that's the best way to make progress. So those are my three palettes that I've been working on. And yeah, I'm hopefully going to finish up YDK in the next couple weeks and then move on to Pistil and Verve. And then once Verve is done, I'll have a plan for Pistil, I'm sure. So if you guys are doing, if you guys are doing a Pan That palette and I haven't checked out your video, please let me know. I would love to check it out. I think it's really awesome that people are doing so many different ideas and different ways of kind of doing the same concept of using your makeup and sort of setting little challenges for yourself. And I think that it's awesome that people are doing like hit pan on 16 shadows in 2016. Some people are doing 1 month, one palette. You know, everyone has all these different ideas, and I think that that's awesome. It really shows how creative of a community we are and how versatile the idea can be. So I just think that's awesome. But anyway, I will let you guys go. Bye.